good. Right, you're using more bow on that, but it's like you're doing that, but then you're not ready for it. Dude, let's just do that. That's how you want it. You want it to feel like a pickup. Actually, ultimately, you want the entire thing to feel like a pickup. So. Try.
Tempo?
Yeah. Good, okay, good. And now your arm keeps moving, right? That's really good. That's actually also just generally a trick. When we think something is leading somewhere, our arm doesn't hit that wall. Okay. Now, this is just a general issue that we are, and this is all performers are dealing with, including us as violinists, especially when we're playing Paganini, is we are, there's what's going on in our head, there's our imagination, and then the next issue is the realization of that imagination, right? And we want, probably, you have this imagination, and unless you're just playing in a room by yourself in a vacuum, you're performing for people, and you want people to perceive what you're doing in a certain way, right? So not only do we have to have this incredible imagination and just trying to realize it, but we also have to reserve a certain amount of our listening in our brain and our imagination, actually putting it out there, for how it's actually coming out, right? So that's something that I think that's also the aspect that you can work on. Try the next. And again, that like a moderate tempo like that, and see if you can pretend you are one of our audience members, and you're watching yourself play, you're listening to yourself play, and you're hearing yourself, it's kind of bizarre, right? You're hearing yourself play the sounds that you imagine. That's great, that's better. In the Ponticello, I love that effect, by the way. It is very clear, your intention, but I lost all those little notes. It's better. Can you tell? You're the audience member now. Can you tell which notes Nicholas is playing that are not coming out as much? In the Ponticello, can you tell?
Not very well from here.
Not so much? Okay. Da 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 da. It's the last 3 notes or so of that. That's right. Nate, you're sitting the furthest, right? Is that Nate over there?
Yeah.
Could you hear that better?
First time, yes. Second time was a little harder to hear.
Oh, this time it was harder to hear.
No, as in, he does it.
Oh, I see. Okay, try it one more time. Okay, now there's one more aspect we always have to consider as performers, which is we're communicating to them over there, and it's the acoustic gets in the way, right? Actually, in here there's a nice resonance to it. Sound doesn't have any problem getting out there, but the echo of my voice is getting in my own way, right? So, and that is true of a lot of resonant halls. The more your sound is ringing, the more great ringing tone you're making, it gets in the way of the next note. So we almost always, we just have to think slower. The more notes, this is ironic about Paganini, the more notes you have, the slower you have to think. and then it's going to sound the way you want. Okay, so play this once more. Imagination, the timing, the sound, all of those things, the same, except just a little slower.
关注我，学琴不走弯路。